Today we're back with Tom Odell and Butterflies, very much talked about as being a very beautiful, light-hearted song from Tom. Is he turning in a new direction? I'll read out in a minute what it says about the song Butterflies. Welcome back, Aurora. I've just recently had quite a poignant emotional reaction to one of her previous songs, but as always, as a big fan, it attracted me, and I'm just hoping this video can be uploaded without any barring from the record copywriters, all of them, and we can just get going with it. Tom is one of those sensational writers. He's also a British award-winning songwriter, returned with his tender new single that we're featuring today, altogether now Butterflies. As I said, it features Aurora. The track is a sonic continuation of The Best of My Life. Tom's latest album, which is out now, is called Butterflies. It's a dedication to pure love, and the tender lyrical declaration is complemented by the elegant blend of their voices, highlighting their natural synergy. Today I'm making a visualizer, and I'll explain more just in a minute. But continuing with Tom, it said, speaking about the new track, he revealed, I've been a fan of Aurora and her music for years, and it was a dream to come true to make this song together. It's a song about spending the day with somebody you really like, and at the end of the day having to say goodbye to them, not knowing if you'll ever see them again. And now there's reasons why I've done this visualizer, but being happy for the experience regardless. Tom's fifth studio album, Best of My Life, found him taking his focus off commercial expectation around his songwriting, creating an environment where listeners can sit with the music and breathe. Inspired by a Rick Rubin quote on the importance of applying rules to yourself, he put that into practice, limiting himself to creating music, using just his voice and the piano. The result is a work of minimalist beauty, comprising Tom's voice, a piano, and the occasional creak of a tool, to form what is not just Tom's rawest and most honest album to date, with its profound songwriting and masterful piano, but a body of work which Tom is immensely proud. Speaking about the album's creation process, Tom shared, I've never done an album that's just me and the piano. I thought it'd be quite exciting though. So the whole album, there's no other instrument on it. It's just piano and my voice. That was really incredible to work with those restrictions. Having fulfilled his major label record deal in 21, Tom began to look ahead to a new era, a new way of working, and embarked on an independent chapter in his career, which he reclaims control and takes back the reins of his artistry. And that's why I left my university job. I relate to that, Tom. I left Trinity College here in Dublin to follow my artistic cravings. It was driving me crazy for years, being in a place suffocating when I was so artistic inside. And I've wrote 3 books, got the music channel going, and I couldn't be happier. Because as Tom said, speaking about his newfound independence, says, and I echo all of these words, I feel free, liberated, and an independent artist. There's a huge amount of relief in his music. And me as a person as well, Tom, my personality, of just getting to do exactly what I want to do. Now, what I want to do is just give you a very quick indication about the song itself. He mentions being a fan of Aurora. We talked about that. And again, it is a song about spending the day with somebody you really like, and at the end of the day having to say goodbye. Now that's why I've combined this video, because I want all of you out there to use your imaginations. It's a visualizer, a very sweet visualizer concerning a young boy that morphs to a man towards the end, as you'll see, and a butterfly. I want you to imagine Aurora being the butterfly. I'll explain after. And I want you to imagine Tom is the young boy. I'll explain that after too. After we've watched, fingers crossed now, the two of these will marry and all will go well, because I deserve it. I always, well, they do say self-praise is no praise, but in my case, I'm CC. It is. Let's take it away, Tom and Aurora.
touch me, yeah, I feel butterflies. I'm gonna love you till the day I die. When you caught me like a knife. I wanna tell you, but I'm terrified. What a perfect day. Why do you have to go away? Now the skies are gray. I think I'm gonna be okay. Be okay. I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. Am I gonna be okay? When you touch me, yeah, I feel butterflies. I'm gonna love you till the day I die. When you caught me like a knife. You don't know it, but you saved my life. Gonna be okay. Think I'm gonna be okay.
Now, didn't that marry beautifully with the song? And I've extended it a little bit, but I think it's so symbolic of what that song was about. You're the little boy inside who grows up to be a man, but that little boy is always, is always curious, always wondering, always where did she go to? Where did she go to? And it's like, and is it a song about when he first met his latest girlfriend, Georgie, I believe her name is? I don't know if they're still together or not. I don't know much about Tom's private life, but the last time I read, he was dating a beautiful girl called Georgie, I believe. So is this in relation to that, or is it in relation to somebody else? Who knows? Let's get into the lyrics themselves, because they're short and sweet, I have to say. And the lyrics are, it starts very softly, aha, mm, mm. And then he says, when you touch me, I feel butterflies. And the reason I've chosen this video is I want you to imagine the butterfly when I'm reading out the lyrics, that Aurora almost is Tom's inner soul coming to bringing into his conscious level his softer side. And she's very airy fairy in the background. And I don't mean that sexually, I just mean that plurally. And she's just echoing his inner sanctum, which is his soft side, or we could term as his feminine side, and it comes out. Because as Tom said, he feels liberated now. He feels not confined to be commercial, to a record label. He wants to write from the heart. So Tom is showing that softer feminine side. He is. Now, I said that years ago about Harry Styles, and people condemned me and said no. And now Harry is so in tune with his feminine side, it's unbelievable. And I think Tom is on a liberation journey here. And he's just doing it lyrically, step by step, introducing his fans, his collective fans who know him for other hits, just a softer side to what he's about. And Aurora humming and doing the angelic tones in the background is symbolic of that butterfly, of the little boy inside suddenly, lyrically, feeling liberated and growing up into the man he wants to become. And that's why I chose that video. So it continues, I'm gonna love you till the day I die. When you cut me like a knife. But what cuts you like a knife, Tom? Is it the fact that you were confined to commercialism, which is the music industry? They say you've got to be commercial to sell. That's not true. And I think you're proving it with Aurora and this song. And what cut you like a knife was the fact you couldn't write lyrics like this. And when you do, it shows that wonderful innate thing that all men have. It's called a beating heart, ladies and gentlemen. If you're of the same sex, a beating heart, we all have it. Because it says, I want to tell you, but I'm terrified. And what's he? When you meet somebody, it's almost like instant love. You want to say something, but you can't because you've just met them. You feel stupid, you feel embarrassed. He's at that point. So it continues with the two of them. And again, I put Aurora from this track after listening, just echoing his inner soul. She's the voice of his soul, releasing that liberated feeling and just echoing how he feels. And he's floating on air at the moment. That's what I feel. And he says, oh, what a perfect day. Why'd you have to go away? Now the skies are great. I think I'm going to be okay. When people come in, fleeting moments, and they leave your life, you are going to be okay. You are meant, it's called karma, to have that little meeting and to move on. And you have moved on. Record company, life, everything. And then he refrains, I'm going to be okay, I'm going to be okay, I'm going to be okay. And Aurora's in the back. And it's almost church-like, it's almost prayer-like, it's almost like his prayers is answered, because he says, when you touch me I feel butterflies, I'm gonna love you till the day I die. When you cut me like a knife. Look, that's the reality of life. When you're with somebody, you can love them to death. When they say anything that's harsh, of course it cuts you, you're human, but at the same time love continues here, because it said, you don't know it, but you saved my life. And the question of this album, the soft lyrics called Butterflies, is what is liberated in you, Tom? What are we going to find out lyrically, musically throughout this album? I'm intrigued, because as you said, I'm going to be okay. I think I'm going to be okay. And I put in at the beginning, I left Trinity College, pensionable job. Everybody thought I was stupid. At 50, doing what you're doing, and I'm the happiest person in the world, and I'm more than okay. I'm the happiest man on the planet. And if you comment, like and subscribe, I'll be even happier. Tom fans, Aurora fans know me well. Beautiful song. I hope you enjoyed my symbolic visualizer with the lyrics. If you do, subscribe, and there's more to come.